Hello, my name is Danielle, and today I would like to help you understand everything that is right and wrong with all of these bottles in front of me according to the 5 phases of the visual focus design process. For the first step, formulate, I wanted to show a good and bad example of message. A bad example will be this brand right here, Aldonza. It does have a little bit about the brand, but it doesn't communicate the main message, which is what kind of wine is this. So a good example will be this bottle right here, Primo Amore, that doesn't have a lot on the tag right here, but it does say exactly what is inside this bottle, which is a sweet rosé. For the second step, organize, I wanted to show a good and bad example of shape. A bad example will be right here, this Western Sun. They tried to fit everything in a box, but honestly, there is just way too much going on. So many different little designs going on in this box. It's going to be hard for a customer to understand their full idea and their message. This is a great example of shape. They really kept it simple. They kept some repetition, but they really worked with the white space to their advantage. This is the brand Confetti. It is a rosé, and honestly, they're doing a great job of just showing the customer what is exactly inside this bottle. For the third step, contrast, I want to show a good and bad example of color. And the main idea of color is to control perception of hues and light. So this first one's going to be a bad example of color. This is going to be the brand Marazul. It is a mint flavored tequila, but you would never get any of that from the label right here. They did a bad job of contrasting the colors. So honestly, if you were walking down an aisle, wherever you buy your alcohol, you would just see a white tag with a little bit of silver on it and have no idea what it was. So you would just keep walking. This is a good example of color, this Stoli cucumber vodka. They really do a great job of contrasting this green color on this white background. It really stands out, especially amongst other brands. For the fourth step, unify, I wanted to show a good and bad example for Gestalt. And the main idea of Gestalt is to unify the parts to create a greater whole. So a bad example of Gestalt is the Sexton single malt Irish whiskey. Yes, it does have a little cool brand going for them, but I don't believe this branding does them justice because it does have a lot of writing and words all over the bottle, but it doesn't actually tell you about the flavor and what makes this bottle so great. So with this bottle having a little bit heftier price tag, I think I would be passing on it because they're not telling me what I really want to know about the whiskey inside. A good example of Gestalt would be this Bearface bottle right here. It is Canadian whiskey and it is 7 years aged, and their motto is hide nothing, fear nothing. And I think they do a really good job of bringing all the different aspects together on this bottle so that it's really cohesive. They have a little bit of information on top about the flavor of the bottle and everything inside. They have a little card right here with a little bit of more information for whoever actually purchases the bottle. They added this little bevel just as a little pizzazz for their brand, but it honestly doesn't take away from the words right here, and that's going to be the most important part. When somebody is walking through a store trying to pick what they want to see what is this and what is inside. For the last step of simplify, I wanted to show a good and bad example of elimination. The main idea of elimination is to remove clutter, to simplify and clarify. A bad example of this is going to be Desert Door Texas Sotol. Although they have a pretty cool bottle and design, it's not really going to be effective because whoever's walking in the store isn't going to be able to see this text. They didn't do a good job of paying attention to the contrast and color, so this silver text is going to be unseen to shoppers. A good example of elimination is going to be this Texas blended whiskey. They do a great job of eliminating all the other factors, so all you see is the brand and exactly what is inside this bottle. So if you're walking in a store, you're going to be able to spot this bottle from aisles away. The 5 phases of the visual focus design process are as follows. Formulate with the 3 principles of message, audience, and sketches. The second being organize with the 3 principles of shape, proximity, and alignment. Third, contrast with the principles of asymmetry, value, and color. Fourth, unify with the principles of repetition, rhythm, and gestalt. And lastly, fifth, simplify with the principles of evaluation, elimination, and communication.